Hey guys, we're a bit late with this video, but I figured I'll bloody get it done. So the reason I didn't do one in the weekends, because like I said I would, I went to Pukekohe Grand Final and had a freaking blast. Thanks to you, Sean, actually mainly for looking after me, Sean and Keegan, KCL. Thanks heaps, guys. The hospitality was great. Had a bloody blast. Learned some interesting things. It's pretty fun, honestly, to wake up and talk suspension with Darren Kelly sort of first thing in the morning, eh? So, no, it's bloody good, eh? Really helpful insight. So thanks for that as well, Darren. So, anyway, I've done a wee bit of work on the car today. I'll show you what I've been up to. I finished up the weld up against the firewall, so this cage is now completely ready to be sent off and signed off. And also, I totally don't have a diff anymore. What happened to it? So, no diff, no axles, and only a few weeks till race wars, you know. We're probably going to have to get some overnight parts from Japan. Just kidding, of course. I'll show you what I'm getting up to. So first of all, managed to sell my roof. So that's good. We got my money off that other car. And it's got some welding supplies and things. But more importantly, this is what's going to be replacing the S2000 Diff. It's just a normal R200. This is a 492A. And I've, for the last couple of days, been looking into using this pile of Nissan and Altezza and GK Tech bit, yeah, to come up with like a custom rear end pretty much. So after much digging, I found pretty much the easiest way to go, because what I was trying to do initially, I'll flip you over again. This is an S2000 hub. So if I grab a Nissan 5x1 axle and shove that in there, it almost looks like it's going to fit. And even better, if I just flip this over, like when you put this in there, really bloody looks like it would nearly work. The problem is, that's a 28 spline hub, and the Nissan, I don't think I've written it on this one, is a 29 spline. So I was hoping that maybe we could get this resplined to fit that, but it doesn't work. And what it doesn't work by is 1/3 of a millimeter. So my spline engagement wouldn't be enough. So I'm not really too keen. But I've found an engineer. I think they're called Engineering and Gear Cutting. Fella there called Jason. Yeah, Willie from Agile put me onto him, and we talked about it, and they're actually just going to machine me a completely new one of these. So completely standard, all the stock dimensions, just with the Nissan spline in there. So that'll be pretty easy. And we've also checked, not on here. So this, I'm really in the light now. So this surface here, that's what presses against the bearing. That's all still going to work. So me and Willie just went through that, and that's all good. And Willie also brought over the extended arms for the S2000. They're nearly ready. So I'm going to probably start test fitting some of that stuff as well. And pretty much the rush now is to try mount this diff, and hopefully with these custom hubs I'll be able to get away with running standard Nissan axles. So I'll have to run a long normal 5x1 axle, so things you'll find in 32, 33, things like that, and also on the other side a long stage air axle, and those with some 10mm spaces on the diff should pretty much be the exact same length as what we need, and also look tidy and everything. So that will be wicked if I can keep a standard half shaft in there. Even if it is a wee bit of a mix-up combo, that will be a lot better than getting custom half shafts made and then still relying on old CVs and things like that and getting too carried away. And the reason I have even some Altezza hubs in there, actually I'm using the calipers off that for the dual caliper handbrake. And just a fun fact, the reason I'm using that is because the S2000 has a single non-vented rear rotor and the handbrake is built into the standard caliper. And so to find a two-pot caliper that was easily available but also would work, because no Nissan two-pot, no other two-pot really works because they're all vented rears. But if you look at the Altezza here, really hard to see, but also not vented and two-pot caliper. So yeah, but what I did also notice is the spline on this is considerably bigger even than the Nissans. So then I did of course think about resplining it as well to the Altezza axle, because I'm pretty sure Altezzas run the same axles as like JZX, I don't know, 90s or 100. You Toyota nuts will know better than me, but one of those ones, and they're obviously bigger, they'll be plenty strong enough. It will just still have to be with custom axles, so the Altezza outer is alright. Still rely on the Nissan inner for the 5x1, and then still need a custom shaft, so that's not really sort of the most effective way I suppose to go about it. And I'm quite a big fan of just getting the new hubs machined, to just take the Nissan stuff for a start, and that'll be perfect. And like, yeah, using factory drive shafts, factory axles will be bloody awesome, and then custom drive shaft will have to happen either way. So yeah, mounting it in is actually not going to be too bad. That'll be later on, we sort of work on that, but I guess the priority first now is to definitely get that diff done and mount it in there and sort of ready to go, because that has the potential to be the biggest hold up. Otherwise, nothing much has changed in here. The manifold is almost completely tacked together, so we're going to bring that over next week and fit it up. I've exposed all my wires here that I've done a great deal of damage to, so gonna probably tape those up, to be honest, but I'll see what I can do. I've got another loom in that other car, so maybe I should just stop being a lazy bastard and just change that. Oil filter relocation kit, gonna have to get one of those. At the moment I'm thinking Franklin Engineering. I do quite like their kit, and I do want to run like black hoses and not necessarily make it stealth, but I'm just not a big fan of the bloody blue and red, so gonna try sort of go for the black hoses. Map sensor is gonna come from NZF5, just gonna get a like direct bolt on for that, so that'll deal with that. I've got I think I've said already, but my box of intercooler and intercooler bits that I'm going to do that. And I already spoken to work about getting some like stainless, all the stainless stuff that I'm going to need pretty much through them. So yeah, thanks for that, guys. And other than that, at the moment, that's about really the list, to be honest. I'm going to probably start fitting this sort of interior back together and things like that, but I'm also sort of quite busy this weekend coming, and the following weekend as well, so really sort of running out of time to get this thing ready for Drift South, so it might not totally make it, but yeah, there's definitely plenty to go on. Like I said, want to do the diff first, get that sort of at least started, so the machining and design and things like that can get going while I do all the other sort of slaving around stuff. So yeah, that's about the update for now. I'll probably, maybe for the next video, I'll run you through some of the other parts that I got and explain to you, like I said, why I got them, and what I'm sort of using them for. I've got sort of a wee parts bin that I've been storing for a wee while. So yeah, I'm pretty excited really to get this diff in there, because that's been pretty much a nightmare thinking about the rear end on this and how it's not going to last, and also pretty keen to get rid of that Torsen diff, because I think just the way it works in the S2000 is a bit unforgiving, is probably the nicest way to put it. So pretty keen to get rid of that. So yeah, that's about all from me for now. I've got 2 weeks at work for my electrical ticket, and then I'll be qualified, hopefully, as long as I pass that. So do have to knuckle down for the last sort of big hurrah and then get qualified. So probably going to be a bit slow until then, and we'll see. If we make round 1, cool. If not, I'll make something happen for another round, or borrow a car, or bloody who knows what I'll get up to. I'll do something. So yeah, I'll see you guys a bit later on. Cheers for watching. There you go, guys. So I'm going to show you how to get in this S2000, show you what I had to do to get under there to die grind that horrific well that you guys saw. So we've got here Kyle and Ethan that suggested I should do this video because it's an absolute struggle and you guys will probably find it really funny. So I'm just going to pass the camera over to Ethan now. Good to show you. Right. So this here, I already figured out how to get in here last time, but the trick is you have to put the car in 3rd gear and then get your leg under there and put this other one. Hold on. Or maybe the other one first. There we go. Yeah. Then this one. And then once we get in here, there we go. Hold on. Buzz. That's how you get into the S2000. And I've even had to move my legs a bit. This is where the core strength really comes in. You can hook it. Oh, here we go. There we are, legs into the boot. That's it. Now you can really lie down in there and get in there. So have fun caging your S2000, guys.